Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show with Mike and T. What up, T?
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I like your shirt.
Thank you.
Run DMC.
It's classic.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong there.
We have a busy and exciting day here. As you can see, we've got a homeless man in studio.
Yeah, right?
Things never change. I can't hear myself. Hello?
No.
Am I here? Okay. I can't hear myself.
You know, there's
Turn-
a little
turn your
dial over there. You
headphones
can
up.
turn it
There
up.
we go. Maybe that kid was the woke Bay. Maybe he had really good hearing.
Maybe.
And
He's
because that was
young.
really down to me. I could literally not hear myself.
Yeah.
But things never change. The compliments of the shirts.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You got to
They
start
used
somewhere.
to love that, right?
Yeah. Jay hated that. Fuck Jay. I don't care.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, well, yeah, wear a shirt.
Yeah. It's a shirt. Whatever. I just said it looked nice.
Well,
Fuck
gotta say
off.
something.
Yeah,
We're
you
starting
gotta-
a radio. Well,
You know, after you've done this for a couple thousand episodes, it's like you got to come in
no,
somehow.
Mike, just hello. Show starts
everybody.
now. First topic.
Welcome, everybody. First topic. Fourth grader recalls Texas gunman's chilling warning.
First
I
topic.
don't like doing that.
Don't reference anything.
I like easing into things. I like working myself up. I just accidentally I pulled up a couple videos that we'll get to later.
Yeah.
And it was on Libs of TikTok. Like I went to Twitter. It was on Libs of TikTok, and damn, I love Libs of TikTok. It's
Yeah.
the greatest fucking Twitter handle out there. But
Is it more of like the guy that was trying to raise money for his sons or daughters, whatever? Penis stuff yesterday. Like, is that what you're talking about? Like, is that where you got that kind of stuff?
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Really well adjusted individual. I felt.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
I mean, I like how he shuddered when he's like, and my insurance won't pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I'm
insurance doesn't
trying
pay
to
for.
cut my 6-year-old's dick off, and the insurance won't cover
Do
it.
you want me to talk to him about how my eye surgery? You know how nice it would be to get just free eye surgery? I
Yeah.
think that feels a little more serious than your son getting hormone. Which, by the way, I will say, I'll give you a lot of credit to me. I never thought about it like this, but you're right. Those hormone blockers are just appearance. They're
Yeah.
vain.
Yeah.
They're not this sex thing.
Yeah. No, it's
That
not
was
about
a
the
great
sex.
point that people probably don't bring up ever, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
no, that's exactly what it's about.
That's
it's
vain.
about limiting your features so that you
Yeah.
so you
And
have
makes
soft
it
features.
more irreversible.
Yeah.
But why should it matter, right?
Makes it harder to come back from.
Why should
Yeah.
it matter, though? If that's how you feel inside, and it's
I
out inner beauty
understand,
and
but
shit,
that's
right?
why it's more important for them to
Yeah.
have you do it that way so that you're less likely to switch back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no choice. You're taking that off the
Yep.
table to a 6-year-old or 8-year-old. No, but what the headline I saw here, students at Campolino High School in California were reportedly given a lesson which included questions. They had to answer questions
Yeah.
about how comfortable they were with anal sex and masturbation.
Oh, boy.
Like
I'm very comfortable with one, not so much the other.
Yeah, what would
But
you?
I'm just kidding.
It was a.
Why don't you like masturbation?
By the way, I just want to point out that all this stemmed from you asking T-Roy about his shirt. So see,
Yeah,
there you
see,
go.
yeah,
Look
yeah,
how that
you're-
works.
You're already fucking providing something.
Added value.
So, honestly, on a level of 1 to 10, I mean, let's get back to high school. On a level of 1 to 10, where are you on anal sex?
I mean, in high school. Well, I mean, what does comfortableness mean? I wonder. What does that mean by just discussing it or doing it?
I think doing it.
You know, dude, when I was in high school, and I know you guys are whatever. You know how I was. Didn't get laid, didn't have girlfriends, yada yada. I mean, I watched porn and stuff, but even for me, I felt like in high school, like anal sex was something you saw in a porno to me once in a while. I'd be like, oh, this is an anal scene.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, maybe people were doing it more. I'm sure they were more than I know. But I don't remember it really feel like it was something that was like so, you know what I mean?
It just
Does that
seems
make
highly
sense?
inappropriate for a lesson in high school.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
And what is the
like the
lesson?
whole
What
point.
is the lesson?
Well, it's
Yeah.
safe sex is what that is. Yeah. Can't
Is
get
that what
knocked
it
up
is?
that way.
Yeah, is going with the Catholic route?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Jerk
Just
it, blow it, take it in the ass. Just not in the vagine.
Not in the
and you're
vagine.
safe.
Keep it out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we don't even want to move the. Well, that's good, I guess. We don't need to make more people anyway. And I don't think that. I think
That's
that's the
the
goal.
truth.
I think that's the goal of some of this. I think that there's some people there. I think there's some real human population control shit going on here.
I'm on board
Yeah.
with that. We are
For
way
real.
overcrowded.
Oh no, I'm for that we're overcrowded, but I also think some of this shit going on.
Yeah.
Think about it. All of the push is against, breeding essentially.
Yeah, yeah.
All of it.
Yeah, AIDS didn't really pan out. The crack didn't work out the way they
Right.
wanted.
So
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
move into this. Let's move
Yeah.
into
What's
trans
next?
sex and shit like that.
Well, it's the most ironic thing of all when you think about the pandemic, where it's like all the people screaming the loudest about climate change for 50 fucking years are the ones demanding everyone mask up and vax. And it's like, well, if God keeps giving you the answers to limit the population, which will in turn, help green up the planet, why wouldn't you be? Because it only kills like old people, and these people act like they
fatties.
care. Fatties that they hate it. They hate fat people. They hate old people. So it's like, let it run roughshod and kill 2 billion people. What do you care? You would think this would be
the anchors on society anyway. Get them out of here.
Yeah.
Also for the environment people, by the way, when you mentioned that, it all of a sudden became this thing that apparently every life, man, we all need to just shut in the house for the lockdown. And God, here we are in COVID again. I feel like I do bring that out in you sometimes.
Yeah.
But we shut everything down. Where were those environmental people talking about how much fast food we ate, or carry out food, which is all unreusable plastics, thrown away, one-use plastics, I should say, thrown away shit. All that stuff we did for that, they didn't care about that. It was not important.
Were the masks biodegradable?
Yeah, I'm sure they are.
No, they are not. Well,
but they didn't encourage people to go to the grocery store, right? Because that was, God,
they didn't want you to go to the grocery store. They didn't want you to go for a walk.
There
wasn't one message from the White House for 3 years about, what, fat people are really affected by this. Poorly.
Let's get out in front of this.
Let's get out in front. Why don't we start eating healthy and working out a little bit? It'll help you tremendously going forward. Not one message came out of the White House. Not one.
I always say this when we get into this, like the EV car shit and stuff. And I know I'm not smart enough to know all that. I get it. But like, I am a green person, man. I don't use. Ask my friends on this road trip even. We'd go to Walmart on this trip and I wouldn't put my grocery in green bags. I'd still like be carrying them out to the car somehow and shit. And the EV, what they don't have any. Ask these people what they're going to do about the the batteries and how much energy it costs to make the batteries.
Yeah,
how much they have to throw.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious.
They don't care about the environment. Really, it's not about that.
Limited
at all.
rare minerals that go into those batteries, and then you get to the whole charging stations, and those are all powered off the grid. So it doesn't.
I know. Anyway,
look, the infrastructure's not there yet. It's just not. It
I'm
might
okay
be in
with
50 years.
It will
be. It's worth working towards, but it's not there yet. They're talking about limiting people's water and electricity this summer in California. And that's just a crazy thing where the governor will go on TV and be like, starting at 3 p.m., the power's going out. And you're just like, okay, what third world shithole are we living in now?
Yeah.
They can't even keep the power on.
Oh, but I'm sure they're still going to water those high expensive golf courses, right?
Of
mean, I'm sure the millionaires will still be able to go to Pebble Beach and stuff, and it'll be green as fuck.
Yeah,
I'd imagine.
Yep. They did a little bit. They got pissed off at like celebrities who have big water fountains in their front yard. And a lot of people started shutting those off.
Right.
Just for the optics.
It doesn't waste them. It's just recirculating
I was gonna say,
water.
Isn't that water just go round and round?
Yeah, it's not like it just goes right down the shitter as it comes out.
It was watering their lawn, their massive property lawns too.
Yeah, for sure. Those.
Yeah, don't do that. But then a lot of them, like driving through Palm Springs and stuff, those big fountains, they were all shut off.
That's what I told you, man. I already said this on the last time I came in here, but like when we were out in California, it was just a joke to me that when we were in the carpool lane, and it's just loaded with single-person cars. I'm like, these are all the fucking people that are preaching to us about we should have electric cars and saving gas. Where are the carpools? Where are the multi-person cars?
Yeah,
no. Why would you?
Selfish. They're not doing any of that.
They don't care.
No, they don't give a shit at all.
Anyway.
Yeah, no, you see it. You see it in the interviews. That I thought it was really revealing, that Project Veritas video where they got that. Remember the Twitter executive thought he was on a gay date?
Yeah,
and was talking all about Twitter and stuff, and then he's talking about the most woke, the most helpful, the most every life matters and everybody's special. You can just tell this guy's oozing this garbage that he doesn't believe. The second he mentions Elon Musk, he's like, isn't he special needs? He's got Asperger's.
Like he literally has Asperger's.
He has Asperger's. Like, I'm going to listen to some special needs guy. You're like,
nice.
That's exactly how you feel, dude. That's exactly how you feel about fellow human beings.
Oh, he only feels, about people he disagrees with. By the way, that's coming up on a first date? Or did they have to trick him into a few dates?
Some dude that dude probably had to blow the guy at some point. You know what I mean? That would be a tip off. If you want to date with a guy.
I don't think it was a first date.
No, it wasn't.
So this is some long game shit.
Yeah, big time.
But Can you go on a gay date first night, not at least 69 each other and blow each other?
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah,
I would think
you would
do
think that would be a
before
tip
dinner,
off.
like to make sure that it's going to go down. I think.
Yeah, you meet at the restaurant,
Yeah.
blow each other, and then you go in and have
All right.
dinner. I mean,
We good with this? Let's go eat.
I mean,
we'll have to ask the woke bae, but
is that how? Is that how? Never mind, I can't think of the goddamn names. I was trying to think of all the president's men. Is that how they got all the shit done for Watergate?
maybe.
I don't think they ever.
It was Deep Throat.
There you go. See?
No, but I would think if you were like going on multiple dates as a guy with another man, after the second
Yeah,
date,
if you don't put out.
if you haven't
red
put
flag,
out,
yeah.
he's got to
You're
be
one of
going,
those
"You're
Project Veritas."
guys.
I wonder. I want to
No
know now
way.
how many dates it went on where this information. It could not have been the first date.
Well,
right?
if I hadn't met you organically and
Yeah.
we've established the relationship that we had, I would think you were one of those people.
I love. So he brings up in the end. He's going on about everyone matters, life.
Yeah, they
blah,
got,
blah,
like-
and then Elon Musk comes up and he starts making fun of him for being a retard and shit.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It's just
How
it's
do you-
just so fake. It's such a plastic society and such a fake bubble they live in that that's their real attitude. You know their real attitude isn't, just grace for everybody and there's welcoming and inclusion. It's just I don't know what the hell it is, but they don't mean it.
Right.
I know my buddy Scott, who me and him have quite a big disagreements about politically. He's one of the guys I was going on that thing
On
with
your
the
trip
trip
with?
with. We have
One of the ones mooching off you
yeah
for the last,
yeah
for the last 6 months.
sure.
One of those guys.
Hey, in their defense, man, when I broke this bone, they offered like, hey, if we keep going, well, of course they would, though, right? Why
They
would
were going to keep doing the trip with your money? Holy shit. How generous of them.
We'll do all the driving. Don't worry about it. You can just rest.
We'll drop you off at home. They would have been in 5-star hotels by Monday.
Right,
They
right,
would've.
right. No,
And I don't blame them.
Nobody likes a quitter.
we were arguing about stuff, and we did get to some of this elite stuff, and it's that guy probably isn't fully in the elite. He's talking elite, like you're billionaires and whatnot. And I think his thought is when you say that, those people, man, they legitimately, his thought is they do not think they are 100% a better specimen than us, and
They
that's
are.
why. And it just doesn't even. They're not. They're not
Elon Musk is a better human being than you.
better human. I don't agree with that.
Yeah,
but
I do.
No,
he's
as
better
a
than me
human,
too.
I don't agree with that. But
You don't know him. You can't say that. All I can say is
you can't say that.
yes, he's given more to the world than you have.
I mean, dude, he's really not like he
Yeah.
hasn't created a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I know most of all of his businesses have failed. Right? Like,
How his businesses haven't failed.
yeah, he hasn't created a business that
PayPal?
worked. Didn't he buy PayPal?
He
off
bought
somebody?
Tesla early on,
He
and then he
bought-
built a business.
That wasn't-
There's nothing wrong with that.
That's not what I was really trying to get at, though. I was just saying, like, these high level, dude. You need talking to like these deep state people. They legit just do not. They don't give a fuck about us.
Don't
Like
relate,
they
yeah,
of
no,
course.
but not even relate. Like they literally see you as like you might as well be an ant. They
Subhuman.
don't care,
Yeah,
and so they have no problem having those thoughts.
yeah.
That's
yeah.
what I was getting at. But
Yeah.
anyway,
That's fair.
You're such a bummery. Jeez.
am I?
No.
It's
good to see you.
Big positive guy, dude.
Yeah.
Just broke my fucking arm 2 weeks ago, and I'm still laughing. Isn't that okay?
We'll watch the video in a second. Let me
Yeah,
get through
I
some
can't
stuff.
wait.
Okay.
The Amazon link is still up at DetroitCast.com until we flip over to the new site. Click on that. Shop as normal. MyPillow.com. Use promo code TDC. Click. If you're on the website, just click on the radio. It's like a red radio button at the top right. And that's where you get the best deals when you use your promo code, which is TDC. Don't forget to do that. That's where you're going to get the My Slippers for $90 off at $49 or something. Patreon.com/TDC Podcast. Sign up. Show your support. Exclusive content you'll love, I promise. It's a tier for everyone. And we appreciate the few people that have trickled in.
Yeah, yeah. We have a new member, but it's a bit awkward.
Okay.
Troy. Just Troy.
T-Roy?
No, didn't put the hyphen in there, so
Okay.
just Troy.
Was it you?
It's not me. It's not me.
I thought that would be the awkward part. The awkward part is like you just decided.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna give
I
this
was
thing
going to
some
do it.
support.
Yeah.
I'm
To
gonna
be
put
I was going to be the 69th member. I was going to no.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
That
anyway,
would be
Troy,
worth
welcome aboard.
Thank you,
you.
Troy.
Troy.
I wonder if this guy gets as offended as you did at Troy.
No, I never really. I mean, no.
No.
That was a different story. I wasn't offended at that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've heard that for my whole life.
Yeah.
Troy.
Yeah. Yeah, the Troys of the world really took a beating on that one.
For sure.
God, I went to Ghetto McDonald's today.
Oh boy.
I had to go to I had to go get a gift certificate.
I would tell you
for
this, by the way.
McDonald's for
Shut the fuck up, Isis.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I think that, like, dude, because of the pandemic and the quote unquote work shortage, they've all kind of become ghetto blanks.
Yeah, but ones that were great and have now become kind of ghetto.
Yeah.
Imagine the ones that were ghetto to begin
Yeah.
with.
Are they
and
even
how bad they
dude,
are?
at that McDonald's? Are they even like? Are they just chucking food out the window and like you get what you get? And
Yeah, they're
Basically,
a shit
fuck,
show.
missed a Big Mac. So
it's like
yeah, they forgot a Big Mac today. I tried to grab lunch for me.
just kind of like, look at dude, we gave you what you gave you.
Yeah, well, I had to go there, and I'm like, this is a good time. You were on your way over. It
Yeah.
was like 2:15. I had to grab some because I wanted a gift card. Simple, right? My dad loves McDonald's every morning.
yeah.
And he gets like the tiniest meal ever. He gets like one little sandwich and one small Coke. And he'll listen to podcasts and hi-fi shit in the parking lot or and eat his one tiny sandwich. That's his
What a
jam.
life.
He loves it.
He doesn't go for the 2 down because now the sausage McMuffins are buy one get one for $1.
No, it wouldn't matter.
No.
The calories.
It's not about right. I thought it was not even about that. It's just about his routine.
Well, he could save a trip
Yeah.
every day. He could get one for $1, and then the next day he could just stay home.
Do you think this
the
guy's
lovely
a
Pat
guy
Walters.
looking
Yeah,
to
he's-
save a trip, Troy? You think he's
No,
looking?
he's looking to get the fuck out of the house.
Right?
Yeah.
He's not looking to save a trip.
Yeah. So I ended up going to Ghetto Meyer, which is a shit show. But I needed to pick up a couple other things, so it made sense.
That Meyer.
That Meyer is just horrific.
Dude, that Meyer was ridiculous before COVID. You'd
Yeah.
go in and
Oh,
it'd be
yeah,
like
yeah.
peaches and it'd be like one.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's a shit show. And so I go in there to pick up a couple other items, and I'm like, well, they've got all these gift cards, you know, the racks, and you
Yeah.
can get Cabela's and
Yeah, that's one of the biggest displays of them all.
For
They
sure.
got all of it.
Yeah.
Right.
they've got Burger King, and they've got Subway, they've got Black Rock. No McDonald's.
No shit.
I went through every aisle. I'm undoing chains because they've got them at right where you check out too, and the big one. Nothing. So I'm like, shit. I guess I got to go to Ghetto McDonald's, and because I went to the other McDonald's because I wasn't going to buy food from Ghetto
Yeah, no,
McDonald's.
okay.
I'm not out of my mind.
Right, yeah.
So I drove 40 minutes north to go actually buy food because fuck Ghetto McDonald's.
Smart. Good move.
Yeah, and so brought
They're
that
winning.
back-
The terrorists are winning, Mike.
Yeah,
You need to
and
go
so
there.
I go through the drive-thru. I'm like, I need a gift card.
Oh shit! By the way, I think the fries are on the table in the room I locked the dogs up in. So
Oh, those are dead. Oh, those are so gone already.
okay,
Yep, that one's on you. They're gonna find those.
I didn't
for
leave
sure.
the fries there.
I set them there for you, and then you. Okay, you're gonna blame me for this because you didn't eat the fries I bought you?
Did you set them there for? Oh, they were his fries.
Yeah.
You set them
I didn't
there.
ask for them.
I thought I was doing something nice, bringing you
But th-
lunch.
But when he set them down, did he know? Did you know they were your fries? When he say these are yours?
He said, "I got you food." I said, "Oh, I just ate."
Oh, okay.
And they said, "I got you Big Mac." Oh no, there's only one. I'm gonna eat it. So
Gotcha.
because they only gave us one.
Right.
So anyway, I'm asking them about the gift card. They're like, "What?" I'm like, "Gift card." I don't know what you're talking about. I was like, "A gift card." Finally,
I don't know what you're talking about.
finally, they're like, "Oh, a gift card." Yes, a gift card. Got to pay cash. I'm like, "What? Really? I have to pay cash
They just
at
didn't want you-
McDonald's?
They just didn't want you to buy one.
I can't do it." So anyway, that was the good McDonald's.
yeah.
And so now I'm leaving here, and I grab some cash, and I pull into Ghetto McDonald's, and there's a line like there's two lines, and there's 2 cars deep in each.
Oh,
And I'm like,
no.
this isn't so bad. 30 minutes later, you know, I think they're doing like this. I'm in the far lane, and this lane starts going, and then this car goes, and then another car goes. I'm like, are they looking out a window and seeing black guys in line and letting me sit here like a fucking asshole?
It's always race for you.
As a white guy, well, I don't know what else it could be. Why don't they alternate between the two?
They should.
Yeah,
That'd be a great McDonald's to work at, though. Like, there must be nothing expected of you. You just sit in the back and the order comes in and just kind of throw some things down and go,
yeah,
good.
throw some shit. Who cares?
Right.
Who cares if the lettuce is
Just-
bad?
No, just whatever. Just throw it down there.
I've seen enough World Star that they care.
Yeah,
Yeah, you don't know. They care.
yeah. Well, they don't care about lining the Big Mac patties up together,
Oh no.
or
no.
if the lettuce is yellow.
As long as it fits. As long as it fits in the box
in the
somehow.
box, yeah, just stuff it all in there in the box.
The guy at work the
shake
other
it.
day got just a cheeseburger, like the kids like cheeseburger,
Yeah.
whatever. Literally a bun.
Yeah.
No cheeseburger, no cheese, no burger, nothing. Just a fucking bun. Got back and opened it up. He's like, "What the fuck?
just a bun.
Not even a burger in there." You believe that?
Yeah,
shit?
I do. Yeah, I
Yeah.
do. So I go up finally. I'm at the thing, and I go, And I'm like, I had explained it like 10 times, a gift card to the last people. And they're like, welcome to McDonald's. Can I help you? I
Why
was
didn't
like,
you just go inside?
because I tried that, Troy.
It's closed.
The
so-
door was locked.
Okay.
It said open, had the hours,
Yeah.
of operation inside the building.
A lot
and
of them
all
are
that.
opening up the lobbies. That's why.
Yeah, not ghetto McDonald's.
Okay.
And so
That'll never be open again.
no,
Yeah,
no. Just blow the just
They've seen
board
those
it- board
videos
it
too.
up. Yeah,
You want to try and come in through the drive-through window? Go ahead, but
yeah.
we're
So
not letting you jump over the counter.
I'm like, it's like, yeah, welcome to McDonald's. What can I get you? And I was like, I just need a gift card. We ain't got none. Okay, thank you. And just left. We ain't got none.
That's a double negatives. I mean, they should have some.
Yeah.
Yeah, but did you correct
It's
your
like,
grammar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just need a gift card. We ain't got none. Like immediately. Didn't check with a manager.
Yeah.
Didn't ask if there's any in the back.
No idea what that button is, so
Yeah.
nope, I don't know what
Nope.
that is.
Oh,
No.
sorry. Go ahead.
No. So I just went, ugh, and pulled away.
Yeah.
I just gave him a like, fuck off. It's always something. It's not 95% of the time.
It's always.
It's 100% of the time. It's the shittiest McDonald's in America.
Yeah.
The
Well,
shittiest.
I
It
know.
is.
I've been to some.
That beat this?
I bet.
Oh, yeah.
I don't believe you. Don't
did you hear
believe
someone-
you.
Adorable. Yeah.
I don't
Try
believe-
downtown.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Try 75 and Mac.
Okay. All right, I'll
just
give you
for
that.
one.
I'll give you that.
Just by the way, real quick, Mike, when you said that, so there was a period when I was out there that I left my wallet at a Walmart, right? And we called up, drove a half hour, called up. We don't have it. Went back anyway because you got to look. Didn't have it. Next morning, I tried one more time. I didn't like this lady. I just didn't get a good feeling about this lady, right? And I'm like, hey, and I called up and they said it was someone different. Like, hey, I was in there last night, blah, blah, blah. She goes, oh, yeah, we have it. And I go, sweet. Oh, my God, badass.
What did they have?
My wallet. It's at a Walmart. So it was
Oh,
about
yeah.
a half hour. We went to Walmart, about a half hour from our hotel because we were trying to hit it on the way. I drive all the way back, go, okay, fuck, yes. Next day they got it, right? That fucking lady from the day before where I'd gone in and didn't. So I just walk up. She goes, don't got it. I'm like,
What?
well, I know you do because I called up a lady. She's like, and then she goes through a rigmarole of it and finally it's like, oh yeah, one got turned in. But this, it just made
Just
me think
automatic?
Yeah, it just made me think of when you said that. Like I had, because she had seen me the day before. Like I said, hey, my buddy called. I just don't know if you have a wallet. She's like, nope, don't have it. And that was like Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
Then Wednesday, she'll back up in the morning. She sees me again. I don't even say anything. She just, don't have it. I'm like, well, I know you do because I called somebody else up. And they said you did have it. And she never apologized. The most she got out of it was as the lady was getting my wallet, she goes, well, I didn't know someone turned it in, so that's why I told you.
Yeah, okay,
Oh,
that's a good
well,
answer.
Yeah, thanks
Good
for
answer.
That was a great response for yelling at
Yeah.
me when I knew you had the wallet at that point.
Yeah.
like,
Fucking lost wallets, man. Remember when I lost my wallet at the Tiger game?
no.
We were in Drew's seats up in the Champions
shit.
Club. So it's like this really exclusive club. The tickets are really expensive. They have full food spreads and drink spreads. And,
Yeah.
you know, you've been there.
I have.
And you know, so you've got your seats for the season, your names on them and shit. It's fucking hoity-toity. And Drew has season tickets, but he doesn't want to go to all the games, so he'd give them to us. And
Not going to all 81 games.
I'd hook up Kelly with tickets. I'd fucking hook up whatever, you know, friends of mine. And a lot of times I'd go. Well, I'm sitting there. I think it was with Steve Poltz, actually. I think Poltz and I were there for a Padres Tigers game, maybe. He's a big Padres fan. My wallet somehow falls out of my pocket in between the seat. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I get home and I'm like, fuck. Call the Tigers, call the Champions Club.
Yeah.
I'm like, any chance anyone turning the wallet, they're like, yep, we got it right here. But yep, your name, address.
yeah.
And I was like, oh, thank God. I go up there the next day to get my wallet, and they're like, here you go. And I'm like, okay. I had like $400 in there.
Oh, yeah.
Gone.
Yeah.
I had like
that's the-
four
that's-
$100 bills. I always carried cash. Back
That's
then,
the
I always
fucking-
carried cash.
Yeah.
That's the fee.
That is the
for-
fee, I will say.
And
Or
you know
not
what?
having to cancel all your credit cards.
Yeah, exactly.
And back then,
But
it
it was
would have
like,
been probably.
because I always bought a sweatshirt, a hat. I'd
Yeah.
always buy something.
Yeah.
And it was like, I just happened to have, and I knew it because I had four $100 bills in there.
Yeah.
And it was like, ugh.
You know, and by the way,
course.
and that is the fee. I agree with Troy. I don't ever carry cash almost ever anymore. But in my situation, for what my friends had given me some money because I bought something or whatever, and I had $40 and I had 3 singles. the person took the 220s and left the singles in the wallet. Like,
right,
why
that's not
wouldn't
bad.
you just take all of it?
Yeah.
Well, they didn't want it to make it obvious.
Make it look like there was no money left in it. Yeah.
They wanted you to just
So you
sit there
say,
and
"I
go,
take the money." That's
wait.
exactly.
Yeah, did I? I know I had some money there. Exactly how much, I'm not sure.
And by the way, and no big deal. I'm glad the person turned it back, because you know what? Getting new credit cards on the road, especially new license, would have been a bitch. So I'm glad they turned it back. They definitely turned it back the next day. In my opinion, is they definitely sat there and went, okay,
Contemplated.
can I use these credit cards? Like, is
Yeah,
there any?
yeah.
And they're like, but these days it's so easy through apps and stuff to cancel. That I am sure that's what happened, because the lady said it got turned in the next morning, and there's no way it was sitting around all night. I used it at the fucking lottery machine in the store, because
Yeah.
one of those self-buying lottery machines. No one fucking found it the next morning.
You can use cards in those? I thought that was only cash.
You can do cash, and that's why I pulled my
I
fucking
gotcha.
wallet out. But, but
You
my
sure you
point-
didn't spend the $40 there?
No, 100%. I just spent like $1 on, or I tried to spend $1 on a ticket, and I couldn't make it work even in the end for some reason. Point is, though, that dude or girl 100% sat in that wallet for a night, wondering if they could use
Yeah,
those
if there
credit
was a
cards.
way to- yeah.
And then they just said, you know
Dude,
what, take the 40 and.
We should discuss this. I'm not going to label this a grievance, but there is wallet return etiquette. That
Yeah.
That you know, okay, so this is what happened. I was down in
Is this new or fresh or?
yeah, this just happened when
Okay.
I was in San Diego. It was the last trip I was taking on the West Coast before heading back, and so my sister planned this thing where we would come in from Arizona, we would meet in San Diego, hang out for a week, and we rented a big house, you know, and
Nice.
and it was cool. It was a lot of fun, and so we're out, you know, out shopping in San Diego, and we're at a place right by the ocean, and there's like a lighthouse down there, and it's like, oh, cool, let's go down and watch the sunset and the kids are getting ice cream, you know, little family trip. We go down there.
Adorable.
While I'm down there, I fucking see a wallet on the ground. Pick it up, and it's a kid. He's like 20 or 21. It's got his name. I can't remember his name, but he's from California.
Yeah.
He's from San Diego area.
Yeah.
But I don't have his number. I don't know who he is. And so we go to dinner. We're going to dinner. We start like going through Facebook.
Right.
And
Of course.
trying to ID this guy.
Yeah.
Find him and send him a message like, hey, man, we're in San Diego. We're at this restaurant at the corner of, you know, Mission and 3rd or whatever. You know, if this is you and you lost your wallet in this
Right.
area tonight, we have it. He messages back and he's like, oh, my God.
Been
Yeah.
looking for it, right.
Yeah, I lost my wallet, blah, blah, blah. And we're like, we're sitting at an outdoor table right on the end of this corner, blah, blah, blah. And I would never dream of taking $1 out of someone's fucking wallet. Would never even cross my mind.
I wonder if this is where it's. Oh, okay.
No. And so this dude comes walking up, and there's like 10 of us having dinner at this table. And we're like, hey, here he is. I'm not expecting a reward.
Of course, yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah. Just trying to be a nice guy.
And he walks up, and I'm like, I think this is your wallet. And he goes, yeah. He grabs it, and he turns and walks away.
No,
Okay.
thank you.
Nothing.
Not even a thank you?
Not even a thank you.
What?
Yeah.
We did thank you on the phone. in the
Yeah, that's
message.
not the
I
same.
know. No, I'm just kidding.
That's
Dude,
in
Yeah, that's
person.
bullshit.
Isn't that bullshit?
Yeah.
Are
big
you?
time.
I would have thought.
I almost wanted to rip it right back out of his hand and whip it into the
Fuck
ocean.
that, man,
He should have, and I think it goes beyond a thank you. You can't just go, yeah, thank you.
dude.
It's like, oh my God, you did not have to go out of your
Yes.
way to do this, to track me down, to point me in the direction where you guys were. You could easily turn it into a police station somewhere
Yeah.
and made my
Right.
shit miserable. Like, to track me down like that, I can't thank you enough. But to just go, yeah, and grab it and walk away, I was like, oh.
I thought,
All
by the
right,
way,
then.
The whole family was just kind of stunned, like,
Wow.
huh, that's not exactly how I would have reacted.
I
to
thought where
that.
that was gonna go is that he was gonna accuse you of taking money out of his wallet.
No.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
Nothing.
But dude, just real quick, because you said I was in Kensington one time going on a run, and I saw a license, just a license on the ground, not a wallet, just a license. And you know what, man? Even just a license, in my experience, because I've lost about 50 of them in my fucking life, of
course.
I know how hard they are to deal with. So I pick it up and I think, you know what? Where's this person live? And it turns out I'm in like the Milford area. She lives in like, I think it was like Pinckney or something. So not
Was she?
well, here's where this is going.
Okay, yeah.
Here's where this
There's a reason you picked this one up, E.
No, no. I
I'll
would,
bring it to the house.
I would pick.
Did go. Fuck that.
Oh God!
Like, oh.
Good luck, sweetheart. Good luck.
I would do this for a guy. But having said that, I did what you did. I looked at it and thought, oh, well, look, check Facebook here real quick. And I look at her thing, 19, okay.
All right.
And I'm like, boyfriend. And
that license gets tossed.
I still sent her a message, and she didn't get back to me for like, because Facebook's, you're not friends with them, so those come in a different message category, and it's like a random dude messaging a girl. At least a guy and a guy, maybe it's a. She did get back to me a week later, and she's like, "Oh, thank you. I already blah blah blah." I'm like, well, I chucked it in the mailbox anyway. So, but I will say that I would have done it for anybody, but I 100% looked and saw boyfriend in her Facebook. I'm like, fuck, what the. Different.
Isn't that crazy?
What's the point?
Yeah. As if you had a chance anyways or anything. It doesn't matter. It's the male brain. It's like, so you're saying there's a chance. Just give me an in.
I found a credit card at Costco one day right next to my car. I look at it and it was just a credit card. Right. So it just had a name. I'm like, okay, well, I did the same thing. Like, obviously it was a Costco, so I go in there and turn it in. But maybe they don't know where they lost it, maybe whatever. They're going to cancel it. So I did the same thing. I looked up the name. Right. So I figure if I can look on Facebook, find somebody local, in that area. Yeah. Well, I didn't find the name on Facebook, but then I Googled it.
I found it on Pornhub.
No, but she was like, I'd have to look it back up exactly, but she was like a sex therapist or something like that. Like went to like her whole website of linked to like that. It was like. But I couldn't get a hold of her at the time, so I
karma calling.
I just went back in and handed it.
When you say at the time, you just mean because of it was long.
I mean, it was like her website. Like it wasn't like a Facebook page to Messenger or whatever. Like that was what it was linked to.
Did they have a business number?
No, there actually wasn't a number for it.
Okay.
Yeah. It was like all online shit, I think.
Damn.
Something like that. So
That's funny.
I didn't bother, but I was like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, Mike's right though. That is I will tell you this. Look again, because of me, I would have given it to anybody, but because it was a female, I 100% was like, I would have
went the extra mile.
I would have driven to the house if I felt like.
I know where you live. I'm not far away.
And by the way, she was like 19 because she had a vertical license, so I knew she wasn't 21.
Oh, is that how they do it?
Yeah,
they're like up and down.
Funny,
but I knew she was older than 18 though.
Are you hungry?
That's fucking hilarious.
Get a few beers on me.
Yeah.
So should we watch Wipeout? Why don't we explain to people? You're sitting here with a sling on.
Yeah.
You're home for a few months, so you're going to be coming by pretty regularly, maybe 2 shows a week.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Start.
I'm thinking 2 shows a week to start because I'm not driving right now. But
yeah.
Hi, Fran. Yeah, basically, just the long story short, most people know I was out there doing this shit on the road, trying to do the comedy venture thing and whatnot. And you're just trying to do content, man. You're just trying to, any chance you get to find a dumb little funny video to throw up. And I'm at the capital in Salt Lake City, the Capitol building in Salt Lake City. And I decide I'm going to slide down the banister stairs. And I would say
the hand railing.
The hand railing,
and it must be long. Is it long?
It's kind of long. It's okay. I will say for context, by the way, I did this 5 other times. And right before this video that I got hurt, I did slide all the way down, but it was slower. It didn't look that good to me. I'm like, well, no, it's got to look
should have greased it up, man.
Well, good thing I didn't, I guess. I'm like, well, how worse could it have gone, I guess.
Well, I haven't seen this video. What is this, just with an iPhone?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's see what happens here. Spoiler alert.
Right. On the road from the capital of Utah, and this is the Salt Lake City slide.
Right on the point of that step. That's how you got the scapula.
Oh my God.
Oh.
I don't know if that. I know on the bigger screen for a little way. I don't know if it comes across. If you look at it a little closer, you can really see how. Dude, I almost hit my fucking head. I almost hit my fucking head, man. The capital of Utah, and this is the Salt Lake City slide.
Oh boy.
Your core strength is as bad as mine.
Oh boy.
It's not good.
You couldn't hold yourself on that bar.
No,
to save your
but
life.
It's like,
Are there more videos?
Well, I didn't send this, but I'll just I won't even play with audio. I won't even play with audio for you. But I did one where I slid down, but it was just real slow. You know what I mean?
That's you wiping out.
Oh shit! Sorry.
Yeah. How many
here,
times do you wipe out?
The only once. This must be it then. But I did one where I slid down, but it was just slow. It was too slow.
Yeah, way too slow.
And I just you got to push the limits a little bit
yeah,
more.
You
than
can't
that.
be in your mid-30s doing that. That's a young man's game.
Yeah.
And I will say, for whatever it's worth, it fucked it, dude. Instantly, that was we didn't know bone was broke. But I mean, it fucking
that
hurt.
could be a lot. Separated shoulder, dislocated, a lot of different things.
Did you hear when I bit it on the ice?
No.
So
Recently again? Or no?
I bid it 4 times this winter.
This winter?
Yeah, taking
where
Cece
ice?
out to go piss.
Oh, just like out
Outside.
here, not ice
Yeah.
skating.
No.
Ice skating. Yeah.
Yeah, I was on ice skating.
Yeah. It's really fucking. I was really close to that triple sow cow.
Yeah.
I don't
Fucking-
know.
No, I was playing in my my winter hockey league,
Yeah.
and I
thought-
but dude, it got like it rained, snowed,
Oh, that shit, yeah.
and then warmed up to like 60. Everything melted, sort of, and then it froze, and it left. I'm not kidding you. This thick of ice.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to take Cece next door to just play with George, the dog next door.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm just gonna walk really, really carefully. And Cece starts wiping out. She's gone. And dude, I mean, I can't be more careful. I take one step and both legs go out from under me in an instant. Boom! Hardest I've ever fallen on my back. I couldn't breathe.
Oh.
I thought I broke ribs. I didn't know what. It was horrible.
Did it knock your wind out at all? Or?
Oh my God,
Okay,
yes,
yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Fuck yes, it did. So yeah, I see that. It reminds me though, we were watching Jackass Forever,
Right,
the new
yeah.
one. Have you seen 4.5?
I have. I have not seen 4.5.
Great.
yet.
It's great.
It's on Netflix though, so I can.
Yeah. Yep. It is. And you just gotta wonder, how do these guys simple fall from a foot off the ground?
Right.
Yeah. You right there. You're 2.5 feet off the ground.
Not that
you
fast.
fall,
Not that.
and
you
it's
know?
like instantly break something. I was fucked up for 3 months, dude. For
Okay.
2 months.
Really?
Like for 2 months.
you-
How I laid, how I breathed. It finally went away a couple weeks ago.
Did you see anything in the end, or did you just determine it wasn't bad enough? 'Cause
No,
they
I went
can't-
to emergency. Dude.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What did they tell you? Just bruised?
Yeah, basically
pussy.
they said, suck
Yeah,
it up, pussy.
no, I get it.
They said you didn't break any ribs.
Yeah,
but
which
I
is
couldn't
good.
fucking breathe. I think we canceled the show.
Yeah.
One show at least.
Yep.
I couldn't move.
Wow.
Man. It was paralyzing, and I sat on the ground. It's a miracle I didn't hit my head.
Right.
I went
Yeah.
straight that spine, boom, in an instant, and I couldn't breathe. Cece came back to help me, which was awesome. I couldn't breathe at all. I mean, trying to catch my breath was scary.
Yeah.
It's been so long since I've got the wind knocked out of me.
Yeah.
It happens
Right.
a lot when you're a kid.
You couldn't breath?
I couldn't breath at all.
Man,
Not
scary.
at all.
That's scary.
But when you truly can't breath, you can't mouth. I can't breath.
No, you're right.
Like it was just like
yeah.
tried to get anything in. It was terrible.
No, you're right. I thought about that. Of course I thought about it. And back in the day, even when I used to do those films with my buddies, I didn't do as much of the painful stuff for the most part, but I did some stuff, that could certainly hurt me. And you're right, dude. I thought about that like in one little 16-second video.
Yeah.
It changed a course of, such a period of my life,
Yeah.
whatever. But it happens fast. And you're right. When you watch those Jackass things, you think and they say, oh, done by professionals. No, they're not. They're people. I mean, they are in the
that's just a
sense.
disclaimer.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
They are in the sense that
They got paid
see-
for it, which technically makes them a professional.
Yeah, but
Seeing
they're
Johnny get launched out of a rocket.
I know.
Fucking 150 feet in the air into a lake.
Yeah.
Like, dude.
I know.
Seeing those guys light jetpacks while they're skiing and hitting a ramp and flying 50 feet through the air. Like,
I know.
that dude wiping out in the water when you're hauling balls on,
Oh, yeah.
on a
It's like
ski.
cement.
Or,
Well,
dude.
yeah. It's painful.
And I know this isn't necessarily the same as possibly falling down the thing, but or to go over the whole movie, but things like Danger Aaron taking those fucking a softball to his
my
dick.
God,
And, I mean,
jeez.
those are things
Bowling
dude,
ball and all that.
that could fucking. There's no reason that couldn't seriously cause injury. I mean, they miss. By the way, I mean that girl. They're all pretty professionals that did it. They can miss.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They can miss. They can
those
make a mistake.
those guys were amazing.
With a tennis ball.
The tennis ball?
Just being them all in the duck.
Yep.
But they can miss.
Yeah.
And one
Yeah.
little thing that goes that fast, at least he kind of had a cup. All of a sudden that hits your wrist or some shit,
Yeah, yeah, it's remarkable, and you see these guys wiping out like crazy, jumping. Zach on the mini bike, the
Yeah.
guy's 400 pounds,
Right.
hitting a ramp and then biting it and rolling, and
I
you're
know.
like, dude, I'm almost 400 pounds. There's no way.
No, you don't get up from that.
No, I'd be done for good. I wouldn't even want to get up. He gets up laughing,
Right.
and then dives into a cactus patch.
Right.
It's a different kind of person.
I mean,
man,
I used
pull
to
that
do
off.
some of that stuff when I was younger again, but even those videos I do with my buddies, and we did some decent stuff, but even that, I was no older than 25. These guys are, you're right, these guys are in the
They're in
age
their
of-
50s.
They're in their 50s
Right,
now,
right.
Yeah.
And I know you want to do your show, so I don't want to get too into it, but that is, for anyone that wonders
We
why.
are doing the show.
Oh, I know that, but I mean, for anyone that wants to.
Should we start?
If they wonder
Yeah.
why, I heard, so you can't do stand up comedy with a broken shoulder. The problem is, that was the toughest decision I've ever made, honestly, in my life, to leave that trip.
I'm glad you did.
But the reality, well, yeah, thanks.
This is great.
Selfishly.
Right.
Yeah.
But
this is the best thing that's happened to me in a while.
I agree.
Honestly.
I agree. For you, I agree with that. No, I'm just kidding. But the thing was, we talked about it, about staying, and I really did. I thought about staying even with a broken arm, but it's like, for what we were trying to accomplish, you have to be doing social media stuff, and I mean, it was for 2 weeks. All I'd be doing is sitting in a bed.
Yeah, if it was sprained or something,
100%, dude.
Talking surgery and that kind of shit. That's a whole different level.
Right? No,
Rehab,
and sprain,
PT, and all that stuff.
Yes, I mean, and even the break I have, although it looks like I'm luckily not going to have to get surgery, it's still a pretty big break. I mean, both doctors that I've seen have told me, like, dude, this is. I mean, you don't. The one's like, you might not. I don't think you need surgery, but this is a break, man. This is not a joke. And so, for whatever it's worth, it was a tough decision, man. When the doctor told me, I'll be honest, I fucking cried, like, because I just saw this thing I had planned and was working ending. Yeah. And I know I'm gonna work around it. I'm gonna come back in the fall and stuff, but it's something that in reality, even though other people know about it, I put 2 years into it, and now we're into it. And hearing that over a dumb video, we really felt like we'd had some momentum going.
Do you ever regrets?
No. My friend,
not one, not following, not the stupid video.
Yeah, no
regrets.
Here's the thing, I would say.
Why did you think that was going to be a video worth posting, anyways?
Because that's what I've been doing on the whole trip. These dumb little videos that they've gotten good play for the most part, and we've raised money from them. People have told me that you got to just do something.
Stay relative.
And so just putting something out there. We had kind of a bad night of comedy that night, and. Anyway, for whatever it's worth, that's why I came back, because I'm like you said, I am the one paying for this trip. And so what, I'm going to sit there for another month chucking out money while I'm just sitting on a bed, barely able to do comedy?
Yeah, no, it doesn't make any sense. You can pick it up. There's something that says, this is kind of like the Tiger Slam, really.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
This is your version of the Tiger Slam.
I like it.
Yeah, I do. I like comparing myself to one of the best golfers of all time.
Sure.
That's a fair and apt analogy.
One of
okay, the best. But I'm up there. I'm in that range. I get it.
Yeah, you've been mentioned with the goat, man. What more can you want?
But for whatever it's worth, it was honestly, I think, in my life, one of the hardest decisions I've ever had to make. I was still considering going out and being like, no, we'll do. And my friends were like, hey, man, we'll pack up. We'll, set food by you. We'll help you. We'll take care of you even. But it's like,
yeah, they wanted the gravy train to continue.
Yeah, right. I'm not ready to give this up yet.
No, we're getting free meals and rooms every day.
For whatever it's worth, if they were not sure they were going to come on the fall trip with me to the East, and now because we were able to go back, they are going to save up a little more money, and they are both going to come with me. So they might not have been able.
So they're going to pay their share now going forward?
Well, I don't know about that.
Oh, Jesus. They can pay their share.
You put it off for like 6 months, right? Come on.
I don't know.
They can pay their share for the last leg of
They won't do it, I don't think, if I'm not. So.
Oh my God.
Anyway, but for whatever it's worth, there we go. That's what happened.
Okay, and here we are.
I thought I dreamed this. I was going to have you pull this up, T.
Okay.
Period crunch.
Okay. Well, you're telling me to pull it up right now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hope this isn't something I think it is.
Why did this just come up?
It just popped in my mind, and I went through my stories. I don't know if you paid attention to what I was doing, and I'm like, I don't have that story.
Okay.
And I was like, it might not even be a real story.
Oh, so this is like a Jerry Seinfeld situation? Oh, never mind. That's from the episode.
Serial?
Never mind.
Yeah.
The real thing, or or it's like
it's a
parody thing.
No, I think this is real. Make womb for breakfast. Uterus-shaped cereal aims to normalize conversations about periods at the breakfast table. Okay.
So go down.
Is there?
Isn't anyone that's going to buy this though already a family that would be talking about this?
Who the fuck is talking about periods at the breakfast table?
But the ones that
daughters.
Your daughters?
I said families with daughters.
Oh, your daughters
are talking about it at the breakfast table.
Hey man, you never know when that conversation's going to come up.
I would think you would set breakfast down at that point and go, okay, we're done eating. We're having this conversation. So yeah, in an effort to highlight the lack of period conversations among friends and family, intimate wellness brand Intimina has created Period Crunch, a unique uterus-shaped breakfast cereal. Each and every raspberry-flavored piece of the cereal is shaped like a uterus with and bright red, which dyes the milk a distinctive red.
I need the images because I don't know what a uterus looks like. So, oh, there we go.
There you go.
All right, let's see.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah. Okay.
Would you like to sit down and have a bowl of that and discuss periods?
No, God, no. Oh, look at that. Oh my God, that's fucking disgusting.
Yeah. What is that? Fallopian tubes?
Yeah, I think that's part of it.
Yeah.
So it's funny when you buy this.
I think it goes all the way from the fucking the lips to the tubes. Yeah, all the way around. Yeah, it's the whole thing. Yeah,
fallopian
it goes
tubes.
up from the vajayjay to the uterus out to the fallopian tubes.
Yeah.
So does the mom
Texas Longhorn logo?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So does the parent buy this and announce it, or do you think you just sit down and are just like nothing happened, and then it starts the conversation? Not saying like, "Hey, we're bringing out the period cereal," or do they just kind of sit down and start pouring?
Well, you're
and like, "Oh, what's with my cereal?"
You're becoming
well,
a woman here. Yeah. I'm glad you mentioned that. It's a topic starter.
Well, sweetheart,
funny you mentioned that.
I noticed those little turnips in your chest are really starting to pop out. I think it's time for the conversation.
Oh my God!
This doesn't look like my, my Rice Krispies.
What flavor is that?
Raspberry.
Oh God!
It should have been rusty coins.
Tastes like orange. Tastes like iron.
It just tastes like fucking used coins. Rusty coins.
And it's wheat based. I figured that would be like soy. Like impossible pussy.
The box also includes conversation prompts and a
diagram. Box in the box?
The box in the box.
Are there toys?
The box outside the box.
Are there breakfast toys in this one?
I don't know what they would be. Little babies,
little tampons,
little strings,
little toy tampons, like little. Pew!
You
pop it.
You'd have to dig your hand through the uteri and pull out your tampons.
The plural. Look at you.
Tampi?
Uteri. Uteri, and then get the tampon.
Yeah. Or a baby in special boxes. Maybe a baby comes out.
Oh, yeah.
What about aborted babies?
Oh,
be inclusive.
That was where you could put them.
Yeah, where you just get like a bloody limb that was sucked out.
Those would be like the what is it? The marshmallows you get in Lucky Charms, right?
Yeah, there you go. Body parts, little baby body parts.
Right.
Are we gonna have a little spermy cereal next?
Can you see?
I do want to discuss sperm at the breakfast table.
See if you can find in any of those pictures what the conversation prompts are.
Oh, let's see.
I wish there was a commercial,
box,
man.
but
I want a commercial with a family sitting down with their.
I think you'd have to actually read the article to get into there.
Let's see.
To normalize.
Okay, it turns out 82% of people are unable to correctly identify where the uterus is.
Oh, it's up inside there.
Yeah.
Up in her.
Right, right where the G spot is, right?
Yeah, it's my landing zone.
I mean, people know where it is, right? Even me.
Yeah,
and
right.
I mean, I don't even go down there, and I know where it is.
Yeah,
I don't just like it's not like, oh, is it up here on the head?
I point to it all the time.
Right.
So the launch was inspired by a survey of over 2,000 adults from the brand, which showed that almost half, 48% of people, are too embarrassed to talk about their period, while more than three-quarters, 77%, have never mentioned their periods in everyday household social settings, such as around the breakfast table.
Aunt Flo.
Yeah, that makes way more sense. So you're going to force this conversation on the breakfast table?
Yeah, well, I don't see this being a big seller.
I don't either.
It's a limited edition.
Well, like I said, to me, it's the people who are going to buy this are the family who would already be having that discussion, right?
Probably,
like you're not going to get some random redneck who's just like, oh, what we got here?
Yeah.
Period cereal. You know what? Hell yeah, right?
What if it turns the milk red?
It does. Yes, it does. Gross. Doctor, I hate this argument.
Would you drink the milk after? Like after the Cocoa Pebbles?
Dude, look, you think I haven't fucking woken up to what appears to be a murder scene before?
Oh, yeah.
In the bed? Yeah.
I'm aware.
Doctor, I hate this shit. So this gynecologist for Intimina says, I'm delighted that Intimina has taken the bull by the horns and developed Period Crunch to help raise awareness of the ongoing social stigma around periods. Periods are a normal part of who we are, so it's deeply concerning to hear that so many people remain uncomfortable discussing them when they're just a normal part of our health. I don't want shit crunch either. So we can talk about shits at the breakfast table.
Right.
Everybody poops.
Right? Yeah. Just fucking deal with your periods, man. Leave us out of it. I don't want to be sitting around the breakfast table with my family discussing this over a horrific looking bowl of cereal.
We make coronavirus crunch. Make like crunch berries. The little things coming off them.
Yeah.
It's a good way to start the topic.
It's all natural. Let's have a bowl of cum loops. And, everybody comes. I mean, at some point, it's nocturnal emissions. We need to discuss this.
Right.
We need to lose the stigma. Enjoy your cum loops, everybody.
It's just a bowl of milk.
Soupy, thick, off-color white milk. Ugh.
Okay.
I mean, where is it? I wonder where it's
ladies,
sold.
get over your vagines. Honestly, just do you. I don't no one wants to talk
Don't
about
you
it.
think that mostly, by the way, the joke of like
A uterus
period,
for breakfast is not always a bad thing.
Fair.
most people like you.
Not in this
Nice
condition.
morning uterus breakfast.
Not in that condition.
But like, no, but seriously, don't you mostly think that that period jokes are just jokes? You know what I mean? They're not really guys being like, mostly. I'm just, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, anybody who's an adult understands.
Right. Like, there's
the
not
function of that.
And they are gross, but boners are gross, dude. To
Everything's
me,
gross. I know, but everybody understands. Like
Boners are
great-
gross?
yeah, dicks are gross to me.
So everybody, every adult who understands the female body understands that for a week out of the month, someone's going to be a cunt. Like, we all get that.
Yeah.
We all know that. It's
Yeah.
not, it's like, you can't even say it anymore. Oh, geez, it must be this time of the month.
Yeah.
You know?
Right,
You can't
right.
even, you're not even
Oh,
allowed
I
to
bet
say it
that's you
anymore.
trying to start the conversation, Mike. You were trying to start the conversation for all those years by
Yeah.
saying, "Oh, must be the time of the month."
must be the time
How
of the
dare
month.
you mention that?
Yeah. They don't want, I'm not crazy.
Shut
Don't
it
call me
down.
crazy. All right. Relax.
I just, I don't know. It's one of these things. It's just like when you talk about breastfeeding in public. It's like, who is really again, of course, there is some probably, I'm the closest you could come to that, Mr. fucking gross vegines. You know what I mean? I don't
Yeah.
like that shit. And I don't sit there really and be like, that's disgusting. You know what I mean? I mean, it is, but I don't
is.
say it.
Oh, it's the most natural thing in the world.
Yeah. So is masturbating. I should just get to do it wherever I want.
Sure. I would agree with
I
that.
mean,
enough.
that's creating babies, kind
Yeah.
of. Well, not the
it's
way I do
actually-
it, but
No, it's, yeah. Masturbating is not creating babies.
but it's the act of it. It's one half of it.
Only half.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Sort of.
I mean, kinda.
Anyway, moving on to other things. Have you been following much since you've been doing stand-up comedy
Yeah.
all over the states?
Right.
Have you been following these comedians being attacked on stage?
I haven't.
No?
I've heard. Well, no, that's not true. I've heard
Chris
that it's
Rock.
happening. Yes, I've heard that it's happening. So yeah, I guess I have. I haven't
have you
seen
had
anything.
Any,
No,
have
I
you
haven't
had any concerns about taking the stage and like
No.
saying something
No,
that
I
someone's
haven't.
gonna?
I haven't.
Has anyone booed you or?
No, I've been really lucky, man. I'm not saying every time's been good. I've had some sets didn't get as much laughs as others, but I don't even know that I would have described myself as bombing on this trip personally. So, but I
Nice.
mean, I've heard that this has been, dude, people fucking get a life.
Yeah.
Get a life. Like, what
Yeah.
are you doing?
This whole trans movement drives me nuts. I can't get enough of it. Like how? Like, okay, what's coming down the pike today?
I will
Where are we
say
going
this
today?
about Dave Chappelle, and I like Dave Chappelle, so I'm not. I do think one aspect that maybe I've missed it. I don't listen to every show you do, by any means. But one aspect about it, if he wants to be a comedian, and his deal is, this is pushing boundaries, and he knew this would be controversial. So there is part of me at times where it's like, I'm not saying he deserves to be attacked on stage, but when he's like, there's pushback. Well, if you're pushing bound, you knew he did know what he was doing. He's just like you're not allowed to be offended. He's not allowed to just be able to say what he wants and have people not respond to him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it's a dangerous precedent, and I think.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not
taking one community, taking an entire community out of the subject of being able to be joked about on any level is such bullying.
I
on Such a
agree.
level, and the fact is, you don't have to go see Dave Chappelle. If you know Dave Chappelle is going to talk about issues that might trigger you somehow, then he's probably not the comedian for you.
I agree.
What's the problem with the rest of us enjoying him? And I don't want to be attacked on stage.
But no one's stopping him from saying anything he wants to say. I mean, he has to know what the consequence. There are still consequences of what he says. You don't just get to say whatever, and because you, in this instance, you tend to agree with him, that just makes it okay.
Dude,
he has to fight for that
says
right.
shit about white people all the time.
I agree.
He hates white people. He fucking trashes white people, and I'm just like, I just laugh along. Like, whatever,
I
dude.
agree. I know
Have
you're-
your opinion. So when it should offend me, I don't want to fucking picket or charge the stage, and I don't think anyone ever should ever.
I agree. I'm just saying, other than this one kind of nut job, and of course that's ridiculous. Technically, no one is stopping him from making any of these jokes.
Yeah.
He's Dave Chappelle. He can keep saying them. He's not getting arrested.
Yeah.
He's not getting, he can
Well,
do shows.
after the Chris Rock slap, Will
Yeah.
Smith, it was like, oh, this is going to happen to comics. And
I
a
know.
lot of comics that I saw, whether they're Facebook or tweets, they were all concerned about this.
No, that I agree with.
And
the
that's-
idea of going on stage, no, that's bullshit. No matter who the fucking, don't go.
Yeah,
And I'm not worried, honestly, I'm not worried about the Chappelles
Yeah.
and the Ricky Gervaises. I'm worried about the small clubs where you don't have security teams.
Absolutely.
Like you've probably played in a lot of fucking just restaurants or
Yeah.
shitty bars, not even a comedy club, just a bar.
Absolutely.
Or whatever. And it's like, they don't have a guy standing side stage that's 6'4", 280, waiting to help you out.
No, those people are off their hinges. I kind of was making two different points. Those people, anybody that would get up and do that are off their fucking rocker and unhinged, and no one deserves to be attacked on stage. I'm just saying some of the actual social kickback on Dave Chappelle to me, I feel like, dude, if you're going to go out there, like as if he didn't know that trans was in it, already knew that people didn't like him for that.
Yeah.
He has to be understanding, like he's not also allowed to make trans jokes and have nobody be mad at him about it.
I don't think he cares.
I don't think he
I
does
think he
either.
does. That's the only thing.
I don't think he does. No.
I think he does.
I don't think he does at all.
I think he does, but whatever. I mean, why did he?
Why
show
do you think he does?
He shows up to that high school thing. I don't know, it was a while back, but out there ranting to those like special high school kids about how he should be able to say what he wants. He can't be able to say what he wants. No one's stopping Dave Chappelle from saying what he wants.
Yeah. Well, they're trying pretty hard to stop him. I mean, Netflix employees walking out.
All three of them.
Yeah, Netflix finally told them to
Well,
find a new job.
But that's not a legal thing. He's not.
Well,
able
obviously, it's not a legal thing. But dude, First Amendment only works if we all agree that the First Amendment is important. I'm just tired of everything's a cause for everybody. What did he say in that special? If you watch that special, it's the most heartbreaking story about a trans friend of his that ended up killing themselves, and he laces it through the whole thing. And there's a couple comments in there about, he called male transitioning to female beyond meat pussy or something.
Yeah, which is great.
Which is fucking hilarious.
Hilarious. I agree.
mean, yeah, it's taking the fake meat. It's not real meat. It's not a real vagina. We all know
it's
that.
just you're right.
So it's like you're losing your shit over that. I was attacked by a guy with a gun that identified as a knife. That's fucking hilarious.
I would say this. You're right. For example, for me, anybody at an open mic or a fucking, whether he's at the fucking Pine Knob, you're not going on stage. Those are unhinged people. But I'm not allowed to just go up and say anything I want. I mean, I am, but people can hate that.
Yeah.
Just like, I think just sometimes people say like, no one should be offended by any, we should all just be able to, and I agree, like these people that get over offensive, I agree. But also, if I decide to go up and tell nothing but fucking pay for sex jokes, if there's people in that crowd that fucking don't like that, it's not just my right to say these are funny stories.
Yeah,
suck it up.
Well, but it's not their right to say those aren't funny stories. They could say I didn't find it funny.
Yeah,
and they can be offended.
They can be offended. They can walk out.
But that's where the line should
end.
end.
That is where it should end. 100%.
But it keeps getting crossed.
I know. I know. I'm just trying to say I do have some thoughts on this. That it's like I think on some level, like I said, I'm not also just don't have carte blanche.
Yeah.
I mean, I do. I can go up on an open mic and technically say the N-word 10 times if I want.
Yeah.
But a lot of people have a right to be like that. I'm not going to support him.
Get your ass stomped on the way out, probably.
For sure. The language that we choose to use, I think, is important in society.
Yeah.
And whether you're calling someone treasonous because you disagree with their politics, like treason's a real thing, and it's a fucking death penalty offense. Like, what
there's
are you
actual
talking about?
boundaries on what treason is, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, real serious, like these are the...
Right.
Yeah, it's laid out very specifically. Insurrection is not a word that should just be thrown around lightly.
I look at these... That still just shows up in my stupid fucking feed every once in a while, my Google feed, or, some random story about like, more talk on the January 6th.
Yeah.
And it's
January
like,
6th committee.
It's like, really fucking...
That's all they can talk about.
Who cares anymore?
But those are really powerful things. So when you call someone racist or... it's losing its power now as we see.
Oh, yeah. I don't think he's any of those things, by the way. I don't think Dave Chappelle's any...
No. Well, I'm talking about Ricky Gervais's new special.
I should watch it. That I do want to watch.
It's great. Just dropped yesterday, 2 days ago, something
It
like that.
gave me the Chappelle vibe. Kind of like his last one.
Yeah.
That's kind of the vibe I got off.
I don't think it's the best that Ricky's done.
No, I felt like, and for that reason, like I don't think that was Chappelle's best. In all honesty, I mean, as far as straight comedy goes, but I felt it was about a message.
Really? Okay.
It was.
Is that what Gervais is kind of doing too?
I think so. Yes,
it's great.
Yeah. I mean, it is great. There's nothing wrong with it, but I don't think it's the best special or comedy special he's ever done.
His last two specials, Humanity and the other one, were so good.
Yeah,
I've watched them so many times.
Yeah, I think this was out. This wasn't just to be funny. This was to make a point.
I love his show Afterlife for whatever it's worth.
Yeah, it's great.
Netflix.
Really good. Really
fantastic. So he's got this new one of course he touches on taboo issues.
Right.
That's what a comic like Ricky Gervais is going to do. That's what we do here on this show.
Right.
Take taboo comic subjects and kick the ball around with them. Sometimes it's funny. Sometimes people don't like it.
Yeah.
Whatever. It is what it is. So, but his jokes are described as dangerous.
Really?
Yeah. Dangerous by an American LGBT rights group. Stonewall accused him of making fun of trans people. In response, Gervais told the Spectator, "My target wasn't trans folk, but trans activist ideology. I've always accused, I've always confronted dogma that oppresses people and limits freedom of expression. Comedy should be used as a tool for getting us over taboo subjects so they're not scary anymore. I think that's what comedy is for, really, to get us through stuff. And I deal in taboo subjects because I want to take the audience to a place it hasn't been before, even for a split second. Most offense comes from when people mistake the subject of a joke with the actual target. So I deal with everything. And I think we second guess the audience too much." He says also, I think he said it in that special too, T, about you can't predict what will be offensive in the future.
That's right.
Like the worst thing you can say today, get you canceled on Twitter, death threats. The worst thing you can say today is women don't have penises, right? And he said, now, no one saw that coming. You won't find a 10-year-old tweet saying women don't have penises. You know why? We didn't think we fucking had to.
It's absolutely true.
You know?
Right.
Yeah, he's been praised by some. The gay and lesbian.
But that's another great example of 10 years ago, like what nobody would have given that a second thought.
Dude, I just had it show up in my Facebook that I can't believe. I'm almost shocked with some of the people. Like, I don't have a lot of those people in my friends list anymore, but I'm shocked some people didn't say more about it. But I had a joke, I think, last year, maybe 2 years ago, but I think it was last year. It showed up on my Facebook, and it was just like, you know, that like I'm this age or whatever. And it was like, I was like, my penis means you're a boy, my girl means you're a vagina age.
Yeah.
Like that's my age. My age is those meant you were a boy or a girl.
Yeah.
And that's really almost exactly to me what he's saying right there. Like the idea of saying that women don't have penis is going to be, it's already, I mean, my Lord, in the community that your boy Woke Bay was talking about yesterday, like that's already there.
Yeah.
His fucking friends that just don't even talk to him now because now he's not a trans anymore.
The guy spit in his face and fucking stormed out.
Called him a homophobe.
I wish we
called
could
him a homophobe.
fucking meet that. That reminded me when he told that
scary.
When he told me that story, and his is more powerful because he's literally a gay guy on a gay date. But it reminded me of this time I was drunk in the Greektown hotel.
He said he saw you when he was out. He saw you out on a gay date.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Was it with him?
Yeah. No.
No. He was on a gay date and he saw you in the wild.
But the way he said it, he goes, "I saw E out on a gay date." I was like,
"Did I miss that? Did he say it on the show?"
No. It was just in conversation.
Where was it at? Did he say?
Royal Oak.
Really?
Yeah. He said he heard you squawking from a block away. He didn't say anything.
I wonder when that was. I mean, a
couple of years ago. Probably.
Okay. Well, anyway, but like I remember one time I was drunk in a hotel room, or drunk in the Greektown hotel lobby, talking to these 3 African American ladies late at night, and we were talking for like an hour, man. And I was definitely like hitting. Oh, what do you do? I started asking for their number, all this shit. And then some random dude came up, drunk white guy came up. Don't know why, but this guy just started getting in the conversation. Well, I know why he got in the conversation, but for some reason he brings up politics. And he was like, about who voted for who. And I knew it would fuck me, but I just wanted to see what would happen because I was talking to these people for an hour. And I said, yeah, I voted for Trump. They all called me racist instantly after that. And I said, seriously? I've been talking to you guys for an hour, asking you questions. We've had a good conversation. She's like, well, you voted for Trump. You must be racist.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Like, oh, good to know.
Hilarious.
Okay.
In other
you
words,
just called me
you're
racist,
written
so you
off.
must be ignorant.
I mean, literally, I'm like been hitting on you, trying to talking to for an hour. And then this guy, whatever, man.
The Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Defamation, a campaign group based in the U.S., slammed Mr. Gervais for his takes on trans issues. The group tweeted, "It's full of graphic, dangerous, anti-trans rants masquerading as jokes. He also spouts anti-gay rhetoric and spreads inaccurate information about HIV. Making fun of trans people is never funny. Oh, but it is."
Yeah,
It
that's the
definitely
problem.
can be funny.
Yeah.
But you know what? It can be funny to make fun of straight people. You know what I mean? There's fucking shit that we make.
It's comedy.
By the way, most of the humor, for example, amongst guys isn't even that. And most of it is like just straight fucking humor. You know what I mean? Like, and by the way, Mike, when I was saying that some of that stuff about Chappelle, I should say those opinions are bullshit. I don't even need to watch a special to know that's a bullshit opinion.
Which one?
What you just read, that it's dangerous. I don't even need to watch. I'm going to this weekend because I
good.
will, but I don't need to read it. I just think on some level, too, we also should realize that Dave Chappelle I don't think he has the right necessarily also go on and be like, I shouldn't get any pushback from this.
No.
If you're going to be edgy,
I don't have a problem with people pushing back.
Yeah.
There's always going to be, and there always has been stories written in entertainment stuff like, has comedy gone too far? And critics will say, he went too hard at this community, that community.
When you start talking about canceling somebody over shit, like that's because one group was offended.
I agree.
And they went there to be offended. There's no way you would be a trans person going, although the Mulaney show, I guess you could say, we didn't know Dave Chappelle was going to be at a John Mulaney show.
Yeah.
I guess there's some validity to that.
If that trans joke offended, then
you're too sensitive to walk planet
Holy
Earth.
shit, then fuck those people.
I think where we just both, and I think Troy also disagrees, but I think, not disagrees, but where we just differ between you two and what I think is, I believe that Chappelle is kind of bugged by this. And I think that he is.
Why do you think that?
I mean, even that special to me, that whole special was a result of him being called, having issues with the trans community to me. Like that, it wasn't really like a stand-up special. And he had that thing, like I said, he had that thing where he went to that high school that he was going to be, like they were going to name it after him or something, and they took him away, and he showed up anyway and did a big rant to these kids about how he should be able to say what he wants to say, and this is so my point is, I just personally think he is upsetting him, and I don't think that he has a right to be upset by pushback when he knew this would have been a controversial issue. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. I disagree vehemently, but you're entitled to your opinion.
Yeah.
I see both your points. And I would like to say,
on a completely unrelated note,
insurance. We all need it, and most of us don't know what kind of coverage we have or who provides it. Let fellow TDC listener Brent Wasick from Wasick Insurance Services change all that. Brent has over 30 years in the business and offers all types of insurance coverage: auto, home, health, life, business, commercial, and more. Call Brent Wasick at 734-455-1900 and get a free, no-obligation quote today. Again, that's 734-455-1900 and ask for Brent Wasick at Wasick Insurance.
If you're a comedian and you support trans people, it's your responsibility to be speaking out against Dave Chappelle and the new Ricky Gervais special.
No bullshit.
At this point, you can't call yourself an ally if you're not publicly taking a stand against it. It's the bare minimum.
Disagree. Now that I highly disagree with.
It's getting worse this year. Yesterday, Parliament had MPs discussing the trans question, their words. And now today, there's Ricky Gervais. Trans people are going to end up getting killed over this. We need international help, a lifeline, anything.
More so than the suicide rate?
Right. Yeah, don't worry about the suicide.
Nah, that's not a real thing. It doesn't exist.
I believe it's 43% pre and post-op, but whatever.
No, that I disagree with 100,000,000%. I do not feel any need. I like making people laugh. It's one of my favorite things to do. I know you do too. Yeah. I have no desire that when I do my comedy personally, I have to address any of that bullshit. Yeah, and I am not for beating up or discrimination of trans people. So that's bullshit.
Do you think anyone here is?
No, I don't.
Yeah, because we're not.
I'm just kidding.
He gave just enough that it was like, wow, here we go.
I will tell you, there is.
Trey was looking for a leave of absence for. No, just kidding.
Yeah, cancel me.
Well, I kind of buried these stories, but since you brought up the topic, I will mention this, and this is where it gets a little tricky. Now, there's never an excuse for violence.
Of course,
say that, right?
I wouldn't say never.
Well, kind of where I'm going.
Okay.
We've talked about this before. Eases, you will remember the topic at times.
Oh boy.
We have the murder trial of a former Vatech football player who killed a cross-dressing man. Begins on Wednesday.
Oh yeah.
Issamemen Atute. Jesus Christ.
Is this the cross-dressing man or the other?
No, that's the football player.
That's not the cross-dresser.
Ishmemen Atute.
Gotcha.
Faces second-degree murder charge over the death of 40-year-old Jerry Smith.
40-year-old, huh?
Yeah. Atute said he visited Smith's apartment that April after he was matched with someone named Angie on Tinder and returned on May 31st to determine whether his match was male or female. Tute groped Smith and used his phone's flashlight.
I remember this story. Yeah, so he already went
to get a better look.
Yeah, this was the second time, right? I think
he went back and
but he did something already, right? That means he
got head, whatever.
He got blown. He got blown. Yeah.
Okay.
The first time he got blown, and then he was like, Wait a minute.
How come?
That felt like a man's jaw on my junk.
A little scruff on that beard, a little more than just.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he met.
He went back to investigate. But
Dude pulled the guy's skirt up and used the flashlight on his phone to be like, aha!
let me
Dick and balls.
like Scooby-Doo ripping off the mask.
Yeah.
now let me just
Exactly.
Add, and you guys have probably already discussed this because it's been going on when it
No,
first happened.
we
but-
haven't.
Okay, if it were you and you're in a situation, you get the blowjob. You know, you blah, blah, blah. And what, you go home, you go,
You start questioning.
don't you think if you're already in your mind questioning whether the person that on your Tinder date gave you a blowjob or not, you're going to go back and just be like, let me just make sure. I just feel like, why not just move
Well, maybe
on?
he enjoyed the BJ a lot and was like,
Had to
if
know.
that's got a vagine in there, I am in. I am all
I
in
just
on this.
feel like if I got a blowjob and then later I'm talking to my guys or something or to myself and I'm like,
You know,
it kind of seemed like that was a dude.
right at the end as we were leaving, I felt a graze on my thigh.
Yeah.
I just can't get that out of my head.
You know, he's 18 and he's getting blown by 40-year-old Jerry Smith.
And he doesn't
Jerry Smith at 40 years old, don't you have a vision of what that guy looks like?
I mean, how dark was the room? Did he just walk into the apartment?
Yeah,
like,
maybe.
No, like right from the get-go, it's just
Apparently.
dark room. Like,
Had to be.
How did
Yeah.
a 40-year-old? I know 18-year-olds are dumb, but you trick a 18-year-old that good enough?
This 18-year-old thought that Smith was a woman named Angie. The pair met, at which time Smith blew at Tute or whatever.
Oh, I got. Sorry.
At Tute, punched Smith 5 times in the head, making Smith fall. At
So
which
he let
point,
it happen again?
Huh?
Or he blew him the? Is that when he said it blew him?
Blew him. Yeah. And then when he went back and investigated
okay.
and found a dick and ball, a full-on dick and ball set, he punched him 5 times. At which point, shut up,
Oh,
E.
sorry.
At which point, Atute stepped on Smith's head until blood was bubbling from him. An exam indicated every bone in Smith's face was broken. He had missing and broken teeth. He was placed under house arrest, electronic monitoring while living with his family in Virginia Beach. He's also suspended from the football team, blah, blah, blah.
It's a crime of passion.
He admitted to hitting Angie, who family members later identified as an openly gay man named Jerry Smith, 5 times with his right hand, then kicking him in the face while he was on the ground. He claimed that Smith wasn't talking when he left, but appeared to be breathing and making noises.
Gurgling.
Gurgling sounds, yeah. The
Yeah.
former Vodtech player may also face federal hate crime charges. I would charge the dead guy with false advertising. at
Absolutely
minimum.
right.
You know what I mean? Like,
No, not to me. I mean,
No?
I'd have to see, only because I'd have to see. This guy got fooled by a 40-year-old man saying he was a girl.
Yeah.
Like, dude, come on. You've seen
What are you
the-
saying? That they don't look like real women?
Yeah, I'm saying that. Look at the fucking things you've looked up. on
Passability
this
is
thing.
a big issue here.
It is a big issue.
And my other thing is like, here's my other thing on his murder and why I think it's okay to charge this guy with murder because besides obvious to me, but dude, just being a moron. You already suspected. Like this isn't like you were on the date and you were getting the blowjob and then you look down and like, whoa, what the fuck? This guy's got a heart on while he's like, no, you came back for your suspicions. So once your suspicions were confirmed, you need to leave. Like to leave.
Yeah, but he feels like he was lied to, and
Feels
and
betrayed.
He feels he was trolled into a gay relationship that it wouldn't have been his. I don't know if that's true. We don't know anything about it, but I would just think for your own personal safety, like right out the gate, you go,
this
look,
guy's a
man,
moron.
Oh, yeah.
look, I'm
Especially
a
when you're
I'm
talking about an
trans
18-year-old
woman.
football player.
Yeah,
You know,
Look,
you want to play with a twink,
And I
see
would
what
say
happens,
and I think
roll
it
the dice.
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, an 18-year-old linebacker on a full ride.
And I would say
you might want to be a little
Vodtech
more
too.
careful. Yeah.
Vodtech, not because, but, like, not just like that's an actual school. You're not talking about Ball State. You know, no offense. You know
Either
what I
way,
mean? This is a dude.
doesn't
who's-
matter.
No, I'm saying it matters
Ball
to me.
State would be appropriate, though.
No. Well, I just mean when you say you're talking about an 18-year-old football player, I
Like
think
a D1.
like this.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is a D1 player,
right.
dude. He's not just some junior college
Yeah,
kind of.
he's a top 25
right?
team. Yeah.
Like he would have been the best player on his high school team. Dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I think I'm
It just seems okay.
you shouldn't
it's-
lie. You shouldn't lie like that.
Yeah.
What an idiot.
He fucked around and found out.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that sounds harsh to some people, and there's
No.
I don't want people to get beat up or killed or anything. And did he react the right way? No.
No.
But if you're
Can you expect
worried
no
about-
reaction? No.
No.
I would,
Dude, if there was some fucking lady boy that I thought was a chick and blah blah blah, and then found out halfway through that it wasn't, I'd fucking be livid.
Yeah.
Livid. No offense to that guy and how he's living his life. Do you, but you got to be honest, man.
That's, to me, though,
you can't lie about something like that.
I agree. And by the way, I am not making excuses for this dude that lied. Like, I'm not trying to say that. But he did go back, and under the suspicion that it was at that point he should have just left it alone. I mean, I give more leeway.
So you think it's premeditated almost then?
Yes.
Let's upgrade it to murder one.
What were you gonna do had you found out it was a guy? What you did, which was stomp the guy to death?
That's my point.
Him?
I'm just saying, if you're talking, it's a Tinder date, dude. If on the first date he's getting the blowjob, or they're starting to fool around, and all of a sudden he reaches down and there's a dick, I give more leeway to that. That is more legit in the moment. You're literally found out. Yeah. Dude, he went back with suspicions. He took his flashlight and shined it down the dude's skirt. Like, he thought he... And by the way, that means this dude went back, in my opinion, probably
the second time, did he get the blowy first? The second time?
I don't know. It doesn't say that. It sounds like he got blown once.
Yeah, just the first time? And then went back to investigate?
And then went back to
investigate. I can't trust this guy. I bet this guy would have gotten the blowjob and then still had the reaction.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. You were talking through some of it. So let's see what he actually said. He matched someone named Angie on Tinder, returned on May 31st to determine whether his match was male or female. Tute groped Smith and used his phone's flashlight to get a better look in the dark apartment before repeatedly punching the victim.
Dude, I'm not even kidding. I'm not trying to be a softie.
They'd known each other for just a brief time prior to the incident. So brief time, I would think, the first time they met.
Yeah, one date and a blowy.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Which is also a good sign for
online
a gay.
Chats,
but
what?
I said that's also a good sign for a gay guy.
Well,
I mean,
there's lots of chicks who do that on the first date.
I know.
Not just because they don't do it to you, Jesus. I mean, they don't do it.
But this is... Look, I'm not going to say it's premeditated, but it's borderline there to me. I'm sorry. He went there to me, like what Troy said. Like, so in his mind, he's like, I got a blowjob from this, now what I think might be a dude. And I'm going to go back there.
I wouldn't want to confirm. If I had a suspicion.
Just let it go.
Let it go.
Yep.
And go.
Lesson learned.
Lesson learned.
Yep.
Maybe in the back of your head, you have doubts, but no one can confirm it.
Nope,
not even you.
And by the way,
still Angie in my book.
When the more you go to this person, what are you telling your boys? You know, you have to keep this all secret, man. Because if you find out, he's a guy, I guess. And by the way, all your guys now know that you got blown by a dude anyway.
Yeah,
they all know you got tricked, and you murdered the dude.
Yeah, right.
Actually, maybe it's better to just murder and go to jail than hang out back. Maybe that's why he did it. Because now you go back to the football team, and it's like, oh, it turns out a guy blowed me.
How'd it go with Angie last night?
Right. I mean,
they're all laughing.
More like Mangy, am I right?
I don't know, man. I think him going back is such a difference to me than if it happened in the moment. I think if you meet up on a Tinder date, I don't know how you get tricked that hardcore. I really wish we had pictures of this dude.
I don't have pictures of Jerry Smith, but I pictured Jerry Smith, and he is a balding fucking fat.
Well, listen, even in that
guy.
one, it was the dark apartment. He had to take a flashlight out to see if there was a dick. So it was probably like, hey, just come over. The lights will be out. Take your dick out, and I'll blow you. I think that was. Hey, right or wrong, I'm just saying. I don't think they like went out for coffee and drinks, and then he was so passable that he fucking. Put his dick in his mouth.
But I mean, to me, even you, Trey, you walk in. If you walked in, let's say you decided to go on Tinder and you went into an apartment and you just rolled in, even you with the lights just off, I feel like you'd be able to tell a 40-year-old dude.
Probably.
You would think. I would hope so. Maybe this is one of those maybe super skinny.
Yeah, very smooth. Wig, makeup, lights are down.
Yeah, maybe.
Shit, who knows? Have that cock all tucked away.
But there was enough suspicion. I just can't go back to that. I just keep going back to that he went back under the suspicion. And I can't believe he would admit that, by the way. Yeah. To me, I would have kept that to himself.
See, I thought when we did this story the first time, I thought he got the blowy, everything was great, went back the second time, and either caught the dick or the guy tried to make, whatever.
Right.
Surprise, here's a cock.
Yeah.
And then that's when he beat his ass. I didn't know that he went back under the suspicions to find out.
And
I thought it was like a second date, and then the dick came out.
And that would be different to me, too. Like I said, I don't know why he told that part, unless he felt like it was going to come out in his text messages. But to me, unless he was worried of it coming out, I would... Why would
he was obviously worried about it coming out.
Right.
Yeah. Well, there's a real
Why
push.
would you admit, though, that you were suspicious? Because
there's a push in the community. So to not say anything. Because if you're cisgendered male, right? You should have no problem sleeping with any woman, including a trans woman. And if you do have a problem with that, transphobe.
Right.
Shut up, transphobe. So even if they're not, if they're pre-op, so they're just
a dude,
what appears to be a dude, they're just a dude, claim to be a woman, you should accept that. And if you don't, you're a transphobe.
Nope.
Which to me is bullshit. It's the same thing with the California law where you don't have to announce that you're HIV positive to a partner.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Because it's embarrassing and whatnot. Like, go fuck yourself, man. No,
more embarrassing for the person you just gave AIDS to.
Yeah. Yeah, right? It's like, no.
That's embarrassing.
You made that a law that you can't, because people were being charged with attempted murder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Rightfully
people were
so.
trying, yeah. It's like, hey, man, we don't know enough about this. You can't just fucking not say something.
Yeah.
Look at all that stuff. I agree with you. It's almost like when you always talk about, like, you know, girls, you know, or like, should you be able to walk down, you know, Detroit with $500 in your pocket? You're right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Taped to your body.
Right. Taped to your body. It's the same kind of thing. You shouldn't. No.
Nude.
You shouldn't be lying. Like, I get it.
You should be allowed to, but can you? Fuck no.
No. And
Don't be an idiot, right? Don't be a moron.
And by the way, I'm not saying that this dude who got, you know, he didn't deserve, or he didn't. That's an asshole thing, dude. You should not lie to somebody and not tell this dude that you're not a girl.
Yeah.
That's absurd. And you should understand there could be consequences of that. Of course.
Shouldn't necessarily die.
I don't know if you should die.
But the guy's being charged. And,
I'm okay with it, to be honest with you.
There's very few things that I could say. God, this is a shitty thing to say.
Oh boy.
There's very few things that I could see getting so worked up about that I could fucking lay hands on someone, like hardcore.
Yeah.
That's one of them. And that's not transphobia. That's just like
but you know my thought
pure false advertising. But you went out of your way to trick me.
Yeah.
And how did I find out when I'm fucking buried in shit that I didn't plan on, wouldn't have been cool with?
It's the betrayal.
It's not cool, dude.
But you know,
it's not cool.
I get it. But I still don't really, you know, I guess I'm just, you know, I'm not going to get into the talk ahead with my buddy Scott too about this, about fighting back. I'm just not that guy who, like, pride and shit doesn't really bother me. If someone's fucking me up at the bar, I'm just going to walk away. I've had someone push me down before and I just I'm like, I'm not fighting you. Whatever.
Yeah.
So I know I'm not that kind of guy. I get what you're saying. But like, if I was on a Tinder date, I'm not saying I would like to show up and find out that it was a girl or it was a guy telling me it was a girl. But like, I mean, what are you doing? Where is the point? Like, it's not like as a guy, he's not like he's going to all of a sudden shove his dick up your ass. There's points before that you would, I feel like, find out. And so I know it would suck, and I know you'd be mad, but I don't understand fighting these people because of that.
This is under the guise of the story's playing out, and we're getting bits and pieces of it.
I understand.
And so if it was just a false advertising thing, and it got to the part where you're getting blown by a man that you never would have agreed to had they been honest, that's one story. There's a second half to this that could absolutely be true, that this football player absolutely knew this was a dude and had buyer's remorse after getting blown by the guy.
Right.
Went back to, you know, there's all, and this will play out in court.
I know, but I'm just saying, even in my life, if I put myself in a position where I went on a Tinder date and we start fooling around and all of a sudden it's very obvious it's a guy saying he's a girl.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I would be happy. I'm not saying I wouldn't find that guy fucking, like, I'd be pissed. I'd yell. But I'm sorry.
You'd walk out.
I would just walk out.
Yeah,
everybody's different too.
I know everyone's different.
That's your responance, and other people have, stomp a hole in his
don't
ass.
understand. But I don't understand that.
But this guy fucking ruined his life. This guy had probably a full ride to fucking, Vatek, and,
And the way you don't understand someone's response like that, there's a fuckload of people who wouldn't understand your response.
Yeah, but my response
just be like,
is not,
oh, wow, and just walk out the door.
No, I mean, you can.
Some people are going to go absolutely ballistic on stuff like that.
But I think that's really Neanderthal behavior, to be honest with you. I think that's really ridiculous.
But you don't have a rage in you where if the right button is pushed, not saying that that's a good thing.
I bet
there is. No, I have
something
anger.
that would trigger you.
Yeah, I mean, there is, but not.
Everybody's got that.
Look, I'm not trying to say I would never be violent. I'm not trying to say I wouldn't, in the moment, make a decision that I wouldn't like.
Remember when I did that bar gig and I punched that fucking guy who pushed me? Like, dude, I'm the last guy that's going to get into a fight ever. When he pushed me onto the table, I literally saw red.
Yeah.
And came up as hard as I could and fucking smashed that dude in the mouth. I smashed him. And it was like, As soon as I hit him, I was like, oh, fuck.
Snap back to reality.
Snap back to reality.
Yep.
But in that moment,
Yep.
that was real. It's the first and only time it's ever happened to me.
Yep.
But I was just like, you motherfucker, because I knew I was in the right.
Right.
And blew his mouth up.
I'm not going to get into the whole discussion, but I had a discussion with my one friend about that, like just pride and the idea of like if someone did something to you, he was like he couldn't have fathomed it. He'd be like, if I had someone antagonizing that much, I'd have to fight because I would feel like if I walked away, I'd be a pussy. And the example I used was one time I was at a NASCAR race in Charlotte, and I was drunk. It wasn't even like this in the middle of the day, and I'm just at the mall. I was drunk, and there was 3 dudes. And a girl, and I started talking to the girl a little bit. She liked that I had a Casey Kane tattoo. We got a little friendly, and I full on I didn't get punched, but sucker pushed to the ground, like full on from my back, pushed to the fucking ground pretty hard. And I just got up and like, dude, I'm not gonna fight you. What am I, stupid?
Why did you get pushed to the ground?
I think probably because I probably was his girl or wasn't his girl. He wanted to be his girl. Whatever the reason was.
NASCAR boys are.
But I told that to my buddy. I told it to my buddy. I said, dude, this is a real life situation. I got pushed from behind to the ground, 3 dudes there. And I just said, I got up and I'm like, I'm not going to fight you, dude. When I told it to my buddy was like, dude, I could never have let that go. It would eat at me. I'd feel like I was a pussy.
Yeah.
I'd feel like I got owned, like I'm not a man. And I'm like, no, dude, what am I going to fight this guy?
Or him and his 2 buddies?
Yeah. But that's just.
Troy would have hit him.
I'm not perfect.
Oh, I mean, I had a situation like that too, where I get, however it started, whatever, but fucking like 6 guys in me.
Yeah.
But I was friends with the guy. I was trying to, he was accusing me of something that was wrong. And I was trying to talk to him, and I didn't do what he thought I did. And before I knew it, boom, he hit me. Stopped, okay. Like, look, dude, we're friends. I don't want to fight you.
Yeah.
You know? He said, like, figured maybe that was it. Maybe you hit me one time and you got it out of your system. No, he hit me again. Okay, well, now I got up. Now I hit him back.
Yeah.
Right? So him and I start fighting. Well, then the other 2 dudes started kicking and punching me,
Yeah.
or 2 of the other guys. There were 6 total, and I realized I can't win this.
Yeah.
Right? So I just turtled. I did.
Wow.
I went.
I didn't expect that where that went.
No, dude, I went because I would have got killed.
Yeah.
I mean, the longer I fought, the more I would have got killed.
But
And I knew that situation. So I just went down and turtled. I got stomped. I got kicked. And it was at Susie Voisin's house in the fucking patio. Everybody's
Really?
inside the house. Nobody had any
Holy
idea what was
Jesus.
happening.
Yeah.
And I turned around, walked inside. My shirt's ripped off. I'm fucking
I
beat up.
remember that.
Yeah, like, what just
Yeah.
happened to you? I'm like, I just got my ass kicked.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right. Picked
for
up my
one-
card, started playing euchre again.
For one, in that situation, you actually took the one punch, by your story here, and like let the guy try to kind of like, dude,
Yeah.
I'm not going to fight.
Yeah.
And he did. After a second punch, that would be a little different to me because now there is some level of self-defense.
Yeah.
And also, though, my point is, even for my buddy that I was talking to in that same story, it sounded to me like it'd be like, no, I would be so ashamed that it's like, no, dude.
You could say that, but
I'm not fucking doing that shit.
And maybe guys, and I know of guys that have done that. I've fought guys that are like that.
Yeah.
Like, dude, just stay down, and they just won't. Like,
Right.
dude, I will just keep beating your ass. Just stop.
Yeah,
I don't want. I'm
Right.
hurting my hand. Just stop.
Right.
Yeah.
But their own pride, and in the immortal words of Marcellus Wallace, fuck pride.
Yeah, and I'll say this:
Yeah.
I told my buddy on some of the subject was, and I would go to this, not saying I would not make a wrong decision in my life. That's not me saying I would never give it, but if I did, I told him I would be ashamed of myself. I would not just go like I was justified in that.
If you what?
If let's use the gay Tinder date situation where I got fooled. Let's say in the moment I did do it. I think there are people that would be okay.
You did do what?
I punched the dude out of it. I would say I would go back and go, dude, I was fucking wrong. I know that guy fooled me. I know that guy was an asshole. He shouldn't have done that, but I shouldn't have let that happen. Yeah. And I think there are people that would just be like, no, you're right. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
And I don't agree with that.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
No.
That's such a betrayal. I'm sorry. I don't know how else
And
to
listen,
say it.
there's a big difference between fucking punching the guy right in the fucking mouth,
And
there's another
stomping
to
him dead, by
beating
the way.
him to death.
Yeah.
There's
a gurgling.
yes. So does he deserve
That's a
to get
good point,
punched in
too,
the
by the
fucking
way.
mouth for it? Yes. Does he deserve to get killed for it? No.
That's a good point, by the way. I still don't think I would even do the punch, but you know what? A punch,
Yeah.
get the fuck off me, man.
Right, exactly.
That's one thing.
Yeah.
To go start stomping him,
Yeah.
that's
But to his
definitely
point, little help. When you see red, like you can't always.
But he went in there knowing. That's what
I
it gets to
understand.
me. Anyway, we're
All right.
kind of going
Yeah,
round and
yeah,
round.
yeah.
Sorry.
Sounds like when you first got here, and we'll wrap up here in a
Yeah.
second, but sounds like you were not satisfied with Mike Massey and his apology to people. I can't believe how much this has ginned people up.
Well, for me, for whatever it's worth, I purposely did not go on the Facebook page, by the way, to stir anything up again. I don't think it was needed for me to go in there and give my sense. But since, if we're on this platform, I was not happy with how that stuff went down last year. There was a few comments he made very specifically at times that I really didn't like.
Like what?
There was a he's trying to make a joke. I'm putting air quotes up, but fuck that. It's not a joke. Oh, a joke referencing that basically any Republican, waiting for their hood in the mail. Like every registered Republican just gets a Klan hood in the mail.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's not a joke to me, dude.
Right.
I remember him trying to go back on it like, no, you weren't. You weren't joking.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think he really believes but you know what I mean. Anyway, point is though, I still try to do more what you did. I respect what you did. I like that you had Amy in here. All three of you tried to be very respectful. You tried to do it in a way. I was willing to have him come out and say, you know what, man, looking back on it, I still have some beliefs I have, but no, that was wrong. I know this. I recognize this audience as good people. They saved up money for my son on a charity at one point. I even told Amy, because me and Amy talk regularly, obviously. I told her I'd like to bring up the fact that this audience has raised a shitload of money for homelessness.
Yeah.
Those people, and he has this post talking about anybody who votes for Trump is not a fan of kindness, and I don't think his answer didn't do anything for me. I thought it was terrible. I thought it was a non-apology apology, and I know he's a talented guy. I don't like the listeners personally to say, oh, he's just a karaoke. Fuck that. Yeah. He's obviously a talented singer. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's done very good for him. He's traveling. He's goddamn in like Dublin right now.
All over the world.
Right. Yeah, so it's like the guy's a talented dude, and there's a reason he gets paid to do what he does. But it was over that was not enough for me at all. It was a non-apology apology.
Did you buy the religious angle?
I think that was a good story.
I did too.
I think it was a heartwarming story. I believe it. I don't know what it had to do with us. Because the thing is, in his story to me, he's saying how he actually at one point fell out of religion a little bit, had a hard time with religion because of how they treated his son. Yet in his post that he really, really stirred everything up last year, oh, anyone that's a friend of this is no friend of religion, no friend of this. I thought I was talking out of the both sides of his mouth. I don't know what the story had to do with words he said. And the last I would say is already, like I said, he didn't really apologize to me in any capacity. It was like a guy to me apologizing for getting caught, and he was sorry that he got caught, not of what he did.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well, I've heard that from other people.
Yeah. Go ahead.
An email, we'll wrap up here. He happily stole listeners' heartfelt donations for his child, then unglued on listeners with his politics. That's fraudulent. Why is it that Americans have to capitulate to these hate-filled libtards who refuse truth? That isn't helpful for any of us. I'm sorry he's such a great friend of yours. Make sure to cover how much he helped you through your health struggle while he's there. Thanks. You're right about musicians. Nugent is far too left for me. Love you guys.
Yeah, I don't like when I see his post either. Nugent, Nugent, all that. Yeah, far too left, right?
Yeah,
I don't like when I see his shit either. To be honest with you, but no, yeah. I just mean whatever.
Yeah,
but like,
part of the problem is I didn't read any of that shit at the time.
I know,
and so then time to cool off,
of course,
happened, and I didn't even know all the players involved. I thought it was Amy mostly, but it turns out it wasn't.
I'm glad you had him in.
Yeah,
I'm glad you tried to be respectful. I'm sorry to say this, but to me, he did not offer that same respect. In my opinion, I don't think he's a bad person. He's very talented. I really can't stress that. I hate when people diss on his talent, because it's like when Trump or other people would go, and the joke isn't even funny. No, he's a talented fucking dude.
Yeah,
get out of it. Get over yourself.
Yeah,
very talented dude. But no, and on my end, like I said, we raised. I told Amy I wanted her to bring that up. I understand that you didn't want it to be like that. But this fucking place raised money for him. They helped raise money, a lot of fucking money for homeless people. And for him to say that, and she read that stuff back to him, he just sat there to me and just kind of deflected. He didn't, whatever. I'm getting worked up.
It fell short.
It fell short for me.
Yeah, I totally understand that. I
know you got to talk to him more on and off air.
Yeah, way more.
I know that's different.
And I don't want to rehash old shit, but he's probably bummed that we're even talking about it now. Like,
well,
I thought this
make
was
an
over.
apology.
I
mean, fucking man up.
But yeah, dude, I just wanted to, I felt like I was stuck between a rock and a
you
hard
were.
place where I didn't have anything to do with it. Troy didn't have anything to do with it.
Right.
Now we're in this spot like, well, we want to have the guy in as a friend.
I agree.
Performer. And, you know, we've had such a great working relationship for years. And it's a great story. They're making a fucking movie about his life.
I would not.
There's a lot there. And, you know, it was like, okay, can we? And there were a lot of listeners who didn't think it was possible. Who were like, this is not going to go how you think it is.
Yeah.
And this is fucked. And I was like, okay, well, let me attempt to do my job then.
Yep.
And we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
You know, Troy and I are pros. And fucking Amy's fine. And I talked to Amy, was like, hey, man, I'm not looking for World War III at all. So, and I thought she was great.
I would say
she was great.
As I've said on this show a lot, I try to live by, treat others how you'd like to be treated. I personally, despite my feelings, would not encourage you. I would say have them in if you want. I wouldn't even say not to have them in, because I don't like that. I don't like the idea of canceling somebody for that.
True.
But on a personal note,
But
it felt far short for me.
Yeah,
far short.
That's fair. And that's why I asked. I wanted your opinion because you've been in here with Mike a dozen times,
right?
You know, for various gigs.
And like, oh, sorry, I just will say the other. I already said it before, but I had times during that time when it was going off, when I would still step in and people would call him, you know, glorified karaoke, say all that stuff. I would step in still and say, no, that's not what we do. Like, he's obviously talented. Like, so I don't like that shit either.
Yeah.
I don't like that shit either.
All right, let's get out of here.
Let's.
We'll do some exclusive content, maybe even with Isis here.
Yeah. What time's mommy picking you up?
Whenever we want.
Okay, perfect. I didn't know if she was in the driveway waiting. If she was on.
She was?
I don't know. I don't know if she is or not.
Yeah.
No, I told her. Well, I told her like I was getting here, but like you know, I never know how this stuff goes. So I'm like, probably 5:30.
Right? Yeah. No, Mike, we won't start for an hour.
What?
He's gotten better.
That's the old Mike.
That's the old Mike.
Old Mike.
I should say that, but for whatever it's worth, I don't know. Not that you want to get. I know you don't like that shit, and I don't like it either. But you've really changed, Mike. You were doing a lot more work around here. For real. So I've told him before. I'm proud that you're like actually posting things on social media. You come down. You actually pull the videos of it and stuff like that. That's
my doing.
I know. But
no, I was starting to do
better.
it here and there. I get.
He's working a lot harder for you guys.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Trying. You know, I'm certainly not perfect.
New and improved.
New and improved. Yeah.
But I did plan. That was the plan. I was kind of like, he said 2:30, but you know.
There's some catching up time and all.
When I say a time now, I'm usually good to go.
I don't watch every episode, but I noticed they are
Quit
very
saying that, asshole.
Sorry.
Do you need to keep saying that you don't watch?
Can't stress enough how
I haven't
little
listened much. I don't watch much. Thank you.
Can't stress enough
Jesus
how little
Christ.
I listen.
I listen to every episode you and your mooch buddies fucking
Have
do.
you?
No.
I could have said you're not even going to buy my goddamn hat. But I got
You're making me pay for the hat?
No, I'm not. But I'm just saying, you went out of your way to let everyone know you weren't going to pay for my hat.
Oh, hell no, I wasn't going to pay for that. It's like you've never paid for a piece of TDC merch.
Well, I mean, I was working at the show at the time. I mean, a little different. Okay.
I feel like you've been a part of this show long enough that I can get a hat out of you.
I agree.
Son of a bitch.
I agree. Okay.
We'll do some exclusive content. And I got to tell you, man, there's a stack of shit we can choose from because we had the Woke Bay in, we had Ian. I didn't get to shit in my stories.
I know. I kind of like a bull in a china
No,
shop,
it's great. No, it's great. I love it. So we'll have some stuff. Maybe we can even do a few sessions. Everyone enjoy your Memorial Day weekend. I don't think we're gonna do a show Monday, T. I'm gonna give you that full 5-day weekend.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a national holiday, federal holiday.
I'll be back. So
if
we do something, we do something. If not,
if we do something, it'll be for the exclusive community.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
So
it's gonna be 90. We'll be in the pool.
Hell yeah. Maybe we'll do exclusive content from the pool.
Hey, now we're talking.
Mm-hmm. All right, everybody. Have a great weekend. Thank you all for joining us. We'll do it again next week. We'll see you then.